reason why the relationship took a turn and it just didn't work because we were both like broken people. We weren't like whole. We really were trying to figure ourselves out while trying to figure each other out at the same time. I was trying to sell his sister a phone. So his sister said, no, you need to talk to my brother. And try, you have a better chance at, getting a phone. He'll probably get the phone faster than I would. So I talked to him, I told him about the phone, and then I told him about the opportunity to start the business because he really didn't want the phone. And I forgot how his mom came into place too, because I tried to sell her a phone, something like that, and she said no, but at the end of the day, I tried to sell him the phone. He didn't want the phone, so he joined the business. So that's how it started. I liked his personality. I liked that God was number one in his life. I liked that at the time, he didn't mind going to church with me because he wasn't going to church all the time. But once he saw how serious I was about God, he started going to church with me. So I was like, okay, well, if he's willing to do that, I see there's potential. I looked at potential a lot back then. So yeah, God pretty much brought us together. He was really caring. He's very intuitive. He paid attention to detail. He remembers a lot of the small things. Yeah. We parted ways because we just ended up not seeing eye to eye on the future. Like in the beginning, it was just all, lovey-dovey. We never really talked about what we both wanted. I think we both just liked the idea of being around each other at first, in the beginning. So after the whole phone situation and after we started talking, we began like a talking phase. We agreed after a while that we would just go ahead and be in a relationship once we seen certain things were lining up, like God, and we both were into business and wanted our own businesses, and we're just seeing a lot of things that were eye to eye on the surface level, but we never really talked about a lot of things that were that should have been talked about, like eternal type of stuff, like what makes us tick? How do we want to be loved? How do we want to be talked to? How do we want to be treated? We never talked about like those type of things. Now, grant you, we both treated each other with respect, but over time, that kind of slowly went away. And sometimes, people would lash out for no reason at all sometimes, or curse at you every once in a while, things like that, so start talking to you a little, out the way. So things like that, the way I guess I was spoken to, or if I ever spoke to them a certain way, it was just not okay, and it was just not healthy. So I guess to answer the question, it went from being a healthy relationship to like an unhealthy relationship. It went from seeming to be non-toxic to actually being toxic. So, and I think that happened because we were both, I know it happened because we were both like broken people. We weren't like whole. We really were trying to figure ourselves out while trying to figure each other out at the same time. Like I remember, I was like, I know this is not me right now, but I still recognize why this person is acting like this because their past, and we would have certain conversations. So the reason why the relationship took a turn and it just didn't work because throughout the 9 years, we were still trying to figure ourselves out. I was deeply trying to figure myself out, and he eventually, at the end of the relationship, kind of started jumping on the bandwagon and saying, realizing that it is important to just, work on yourself. Lesson number one for me would be to love myself. Focus more time on myself and not giving all my time, like literally all my time, to the other person. I would say I learned that balance is important. I would say it's okay to do something for myself once in a while, at least once in a while. Yeah, so just prioritizing myself and the other person, just being balanced. If I had self-love back then, I know it would have changed. For me, it would have changed the dynamic of the relationship, because I wouldn't have allowed him to say certain things or treat me a certain way, or just put me in a light that I didn't see myself. I saw myself, in a positive light, but I would allow him to do otherwise. So if I had enough love for myself, if I had enough care for myself, if I even respected myself, which I do, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm just out there being wild and crazy. Okay, I'm just respecting myself in the sense that I'm not going to allow someone to just disrespect me. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. But so if I had those type of attributes, then I think that he would have saw that, he would have recognized that, and he would have had to respect it himself and treat me like I deserve to be treated.